जय ओम विष्णुपाद परम सप्तोत्र श्रीमद divine grace अभय चरानंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्लोपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की नामाचार्य ठाकुर की षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की प्रेम सको श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवत्वर्ण की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की श्री श्री गौरताय की श्री श्री श्रीनिवास गोविंदा की जय श्री श्री प्रहलाद संदेव की श्रीमद् भागवत की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse number 2. Dharma projita kaitavo atra paramo nirmastharanam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon moolanam श्रीमद् भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परैर् ईश्वरः सद्यो हृदय अवधृत्यते अत्र कृतिभिः तत्क्षणात्। Translation: completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So, this is second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. The first verse, Vyasadeva established the fact that Krishna is the supreme absolute truth. And this verse is saying that Krishna can be understood only through Bhagavatam. Without performing devotional service, without rendering devotional service unto the Lord, we cannot understand the Lord in his complete feature as Bhagavan. So, the first truth is, the supreme absolute truth is Krishna is a personality, person, and he can be understood only through Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means devotional service. So, this Bhagavata Purana kicks out all the religious principles which are materially motivated. Dharma projita kaitavo atra paramo nirmastranam satam. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. There are four principles of religion. What is that four principles of religion? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the four principles of religion. These are all materially motivated. Therefore, Bhagavatam kicks out all these things, including liberation. Rejects such kind of literature. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna ends with Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamegam Sharanam Vraja. Give up all your religion, just to surrender unto me. That is end of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam, the beginning itself says, throw away all the religious principles which are materially motivated. So where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins. The end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, give up all religion. And Bhagavatam states, in the beginning itself, Bhagavatam rejects all the religious principles which are materially motivated. So the Bhagavad Gita is a preliminary study of Bhagavatam. Preliminary study of Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavatam gives the complete truth. Particularly, it gives the love of Godhead. The conclusion of the Bhagavatam is one develops love for Krishna, which is dormant in everyone's heart. By the process of Bhagavad Vidhi, one awakens that love. So the love of God. It is the function of the spirit soul. It is eternal as good as a soul and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So rendering devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Sanatana Dharma. It's called Sanatana Dharma. The real Dharma is to render service unto Krishna eternally. Therefore, this is called Sanatana Dharma. Indeed, Prabhupada says, but indeed, human life begins when religion begins. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating are the four principles of animal life. These are common both to animal and to human beings, but religion is extra function of the human being. Without religion, human life is no better than animal life. Therefore, in human societies, there are some form of religion which aims at self-realization and which makes reference to man's eternal relationship with God. So it is said, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitrum cha Shamanim etat Pashubir Narana Dharme itesha Adike Vishesho Dharmeni hina Pashubir Samana. Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitrum cha Ahara, eating, Nidra, sleeping, Bhayam, fear, Maitrum, having connection, physical connection to beget progeny. So these four things are common. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. The four things are common for both human being and animal. One special quality is there. Dharme idesha adhike vishesho. Adhika vishesha. The special, vishesha means special. Adhika means extra. There's a special quality is there for human being. What is that? Dharma. One has to follow dharma. If one does not follow dharma, is no other than animal, is equal to animal. So eating, mating, sleeping, defending plus dharma is equal to human being. If dharma is not there, then it's equal to animal. For example, human beings, they take vehicle and generally we go to different places, market or temple or any places. So when we go drive the vehicle and many places we see the signal. The signal is meant for our own benefit. There is a law. There is a law of government. When there is a signal, red signal, we have to stand. When there is a green signal, we should move. This signal is meant for human being. It is not meant for animal. Suppose some ass goes, whether it's a red signal or green signal, it doesn't care. It just moves and nobody cares. Police does not catch an ass and put inside the prison or fine the ass. Because the law is not meant for the ass. The law is meant for the human being. If a human being do not obey the law, and when there is a red signal, they keep going. So what is the difference between an ass and the human being? So human being means must to obey the law. The law is called religion. Religion means set of instruction given by God to mankind. how to use this body to achieve the highest perfection. This is called religion. If one that after getting this human form of life, if one does not accept or follow the codes of God or the religious principle, is a no better than animal. In the next life, laws of nature says, sir, you don't fit to this human form of life because you are not behaving like human. You are acting like an animal. Therefore, please accept the body of animal. Because laws of nature has to give the body according to our consciousness. If anybody who does not accept religious principle, they are sure to get the body of animal or any species, not only animal, birds, aquatics, any body. So human being is meant for following dharma. It is a dharmasya I apavargasya nartho arthaya upakalpate. Nartasya dharmaikantasya kamo labai ismrita. So the occupational duty, dharma, is meant for perfection. Nartasya dharmaikantasya kamo labai ismrita. So Nartasya Nartasya I apavargasya. Sir, Nartasya I apavargasya Nartho arthaya upakalpati. Nartasya dharmaikantasya kamo lava ismrita. So, dharma is meant for attaining apavarga. Apavarga means liberation, path of liberation. So, this occupational duty is meant for attaining apavarga, liberation. It should not be used for material gain. Therefore, sages says, even if one gets material gain by following the occupational duty, one should not use that material gain for sense gratification. The material gain, whatever we get, we should not use it for sense gratification. What is called pavarga and apavarga? Pavarga means material existence. Just like as people work hard day and night without knowing for what purpose they work. Ultimately, they have to eat 2 or 3 chapatis, that's all. But they work like a bulls, like ass, donkeys, just for 2 chapatis, without any idea of what is the goal of life. Day, night, morning, they get up at 4 o'clock, travel 2 hours, 3 hours by train or by sometimes go by two-wheeler, then leave the two-wheeler and catch one bus, then catch one train, then from there they catch another bus, go to office, work 10 hours or 12 hours, then come back home, almost 15, 16 hours, morning, 4 o'clock he leaves, comes at 10 o'clock, work, for what purpose? Without knowing the purpose of life, he works and finally dies. Again, same thing. This is called pavarga, path of material existence. There are 5 kinds of suffering is there, 5 stages or 5 states of suffering is there in the pavarga. What is called 5 states of suffering? Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. These are the 5. Pa means like work hard. What is that meaning? Parishama. Pa means parishama. Parisha means work hard. Pa means fena. Pena means like a foam. The donkey or ass, when they work hard, there will be a foam in the mouth. Excessive work without no meaning. Ass does not think, if I don't carry the heavy load, I'll not get any food. Ass thinks that only if I carry, I'll get. So actually, everywhere grass is there. But ass does not think like that. A donkey does not think. It thinks my master will give me if I carry. So similarly, people work hard with so much difficulty, thinking that this will give me means benefit, material benefit, all these things. This is called fena. Then ba. Ba means dartha. Bertha means disappointment. So we expect something. When we work something, we expect something. But when we do not expect what we wanted to get, we'll get disappointed. Then ba means baya, fear. Then ma means mrityu, death. So these are the five states of suffering. This is called pavarga, material existence. So in order to nullify these five states of suffering, one should come to apavarga. Apavarga means path of liberation. One who works for satisfying Krishna and thus becomes eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. So this dharma is meant for rendering service unto Krishna, by which one can attain liberation, go back home, back to Godhead. This is called apavarga. So the Shastra says that one should not use this material gain for sense gratification. So then how do we utilize? So it is said, कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीति लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा नार्तो इच्छे कर्म भी. कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीति, life desires should never be directed to sense gratification. One should not have a desire to enjoy sense gratification. Should not be life desire should never be directed to sense gratification, but self-realization. Our life desire should be directed to self-realization. Of course, one should desire for healthy life because we require sound mind, strong body to render devotional service. So one can desire healthy life, not wealthy life. Jivasya tattva jignasa. The human life is meant for jivasya tattva jignasa. One should inquire about tattva jignasa, tattva, the truth. What is the absolute truth? Human life is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. Who am I? Who is God? What is my relationship with the God? Who is the creator? Creation is there. Creator must be there. I am there. If I am there, my Father must be there. So the world is there. Somebody must be there who has created the world. So who is the creator? Who is the cause of everything? Who is the cause of all? Ultimate cause. This is called Jivasya Tattva Jignasa. One should inquire about the absolute truth. Nothing else should be the goal of one's life other than this. So one should not live like a cats and dogs. Rather, one should live like a human being to find out the cause of all the causes. Find the solution to all the problems. Janma, Mrityu, Chara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Darshan. How to overcome, how to escape from this sufferings. This is called Pavarga. So the real Dharma. So the Bhagavatam is a transcendental to all this Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. It establishes the highest truth. It is devotional service unto Lord Sri Krishna. So therefore, the real Dharma is, what is the real Dharma? There are Dharma which are naturally motivated. There is the Dharma. What is it real Dharma? Savai pumson parodharma eto bhaktir adokshaje hayatuki apriteta eatma suprasidati. Savai pumson parodharma, the paradharma, the real Dharma, the supreme Dharma, the highest Dharma is to render devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adokshaja. Such kind of devotional service should be unmotivated, without any motivation, uninterrupted. That will satisfy the self. That will satisfy the self. So, that is the real Dharma. The Paradharma is to render a devotional service unto the Lord without any motivation, without any interruption. The second point is, this Bhagavata Purana profounds highest truth, which is understandable only by those who are pure in heart. Nirmastranam satam. Sata means devotee. Nirmastra means one who is free from all kinds of material desires. Such kind of person is called Nirmastranam Satam, pure devotee. This Bhagavata Purana cannot be understood by karmis, jnanis, mystic yogis, but only by devotees. So this Bhagavata Purana, when we hear from the bona fide spiritual master, we gradually understand and we can relish this Bhagavata Purana. Actually, this Bhagavata Purana is relished by those who are pure. We are not relishing the Bhagavata Purana because we are having a lot of material desire. Our heart is contaminated, motivated, materially motivated that I want to get something in return. So we have got so much contamination, therefore we are not relishing, just like how Parikshit Maharaj relished the Bhagavatam 7 days. But we cannot sit even for 7 minutes. The moment we sit, we'll start dosing. Why? Because desire is there. Desire is there to enjoy. So when we follow the recommendation or rules or the instruction of bona fide spiritual master, gradually we become free from all anarthas, all material desires, all unwanted things. One day we'll be able to relish the Bhagavad. So what are the instructions? We have to get up early in the morning, attend Mangalarti, chant 16 rounds, hear Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam, render devotional service, do book distribution, do deity worship. These are the instructions given by Srila Prabhupada. So when we follow this instruction, we can become purified. Although Bhagavad Dharma is enough to go back home, back to God, just Bhagavad Vidhi. Bhagavad Vidhi means hearing Bhagavatam, chanting the holy name. That's enough to go back home, back to God. Nevertheless, one should follow deity worship, Pancharatrika Vidhi. Why it is recommended to follow Pancharatrika Vidhi, deity worship? Because the conditioned souls, we are conditioned souls, we are attracted to material enjoyment. We want to dress nicely, we want to decorate nicely, we want to eat nicely, we want to enjoy sense gratification generally. So we have to divert our attention to deities. So we should decorate deities nicely, should dress them nicely. We should offer nice bhoga to deities. So when we transfer that personal thing to deities, and we feel satisfied. Therefore, both vidhis are required, Bhagavata Vidhi and Pancharatrika Vidhi. So by following Pancharatrika Vidhi, we can become free from the tendency to enjoy sense gratification. So it quickens the process. Although Bhagavad Vidhi is enough, nevertheless, by following the Pancharatrika Vidhi, deity worship, it accelerates our process to come to the point where we can release Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavatam cannot be understood by karmis, jnanis. Why? The Vedas, there are 3 divisions. One is called Karma Kanda, second is called Jnana Kanda, third is called Upasana Kanda. The less intelligent people, they are attracted to the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. They are technically called Karmavadis or Karmis. So Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, who are these people? Yamima Pushpidam Vacham Pravadanti Avipashchata Vedavada Arata Partha Nanyat Astidya Vadina Kamatma Swargapara Janma Karma Falapradan Kriya Vishesha Bhagavan Bhogashwari Gatim Prati. Men of small intelligence. Yamima Pushpidam Vacham Pravadanti Avipashchita. Avipashchita means person who has no intelligence or having little intelligence. They're called Avipashchita. They are attracted to flowery words of Vedas, which recommends varieties of sacrifice. You perform this sacrifice, you will get this result. You do this, you will get this result. So if you perform this kind of sacrifice, you will go to higher planet, enjoy, you will get power, material power, opulent life, enjoy sense gratification. So these are the things, the flowery words means the people are attracted to the flowery words of Vedas, and they conclude ultimate goal of life is to enjoy opulent life, sense gratification. That is the purpose of the Vedas. There is nothing beyond this. This what Vedavadis says. The Vedavadis class of people, followers of Vedas, are generally attached to Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. Karma Kanda portion of Vedas recommends to perform different kinds of sacrifice to enjoy material benefit in the higher planetary system. So they enjoy. And second is called, according to the Vedic injunctions, actually, the purpose of Vedas is not to meant for performing pious activities, to perform different kinds of sacrifices. But actual purpose of Vedas is to understand Krishna. Vedasya sarve hameva vedyo. Vedanta kritena vidyeva cham. Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. Vedasya sarve. The purpose of Vedas is to understand me. The purpose of Vedas is to understand Krishna. But those who are dull people, those who have no intelligence, they are attracted to karma kanda portion of the Vedas. They have no intelligence. So to understand the purpose of Vedas, to understand Krishna, person should have higher intelligence. The next level of people called like a speculators, mental speculators. They are not attached to sense gratification. They don't want to go to higher planetary system. They know the purpose. This is whatever we enjoy. At one point of time, we have to die. So they are not interested to enjoy sense gratification. They want to find a solution to put an end to this repeated birth and death. So they take to the cultivation of knowledge called Jnana Kanda, which recommend one attain Brahman, the impersonal feature of the absolute truth. So this is also not the highest. This is not the highest. So above this impersonal Brahman realization, there is called Paramatma realization. Above the Paramatma realization, there is called Bhagavan realization. So Bhagavan realization is the highest of all. Therefore, this Bhagavatam aims at the Bhagavan realization of the God. Therefore, this Bhagavatam is above Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, even Upasana Kanda. Upasana Kanda recommends, although it recommends worship the Lord, but it also recommends worship of different demigods. Bhakti. It's a mixture of both worship of the Supreme Lord, worship of the demigods, which is Upasana Kanda. But this Bhagavata Purana does not recommend worship of demigods, but worship of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Supreme Absolute Truth, Sri Krishna. Therefore, this is highest Bhagavata Purana, superior to all the Vedas, Upanishads. The next, the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots threefold miseries. So it is said the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. What is illusion? This Bhagavata Purana is highest truth, distinguished from illusion. So what is illusion? Illusion means as long as one remain absorbed in the bodily concept of life, he tries to enjoy the material world. But instead of enjoying real happiness, he finds only suffering. He wants to enjoy, therefore he works hard, but finally it ends with suffering. Therefore, this is called illusion. So Rishabhadeva says the Bhagavatam, Pumsa Striya Mithuni Bhavam Etum Tayoru Mitu Hre Grandum Ahu. अतो ग्रक्षेत्र सुताप्त वित्ते जनस्य मोहम अहम ममेति पुंसा स्त्रिया मिथुनी भाव मेतु. The attraction between the male and female is the basic principle of material existence. Such attraction binds the heart of male and female tightly, bond. And as soon as the bond is very strong, then he begins to think in terms of family, wife, children, society, friends, community. And in this way increases his illusion. And he begins to think everything in terms of I and mine, my wife, my children, my society, my job, my house. I, mine. That's all. It's mine. This is due to illusion. Actually, when we are born, we brought nothing. When we die, we take nothing. But falsely, we are claiming this is mine. This is called illusion. This is called illusion. Actually, illusion means we think we are enjoying, but actually we are suffering. And we do not know that we are suffering. We do not know we are suffering. Just like we go to mental hospital. If you see the mad people, they'll be diving or swimming on the floor, somebody is cycling, just running and laughing. And if you see that as if they are in ecstasy, if you ask them, they will happily say, but we know they are not enjoying the life. They are not happy. They are suffering because we have got proper consciousness. We know they are suffering, but they are thinking they are enjoying because they are not normal. They are abnormal. They are abnormal. Therefore, they are thinking they are enjoying. But we know they are conscious. These people, they are actually not enjoying. They are suffering. If they are enjoying, we also, if we think, oh, they are enjoying, let also become mad. No, none of us wants to become mad. Why? Because that's abnormal condition. Similarly, we also are suffering, but we are thinking we are enjoying. So a person who's relatively higher in consciousness, the self-realized soul, when he sees us, he's thinking mad people. The self-realized soul, when he looks at us, he thinks that we are mad. Not he thinks, it's a fact. He sees we are mad. Why? Because we are thinking we are enjoying. Actually, we are not enjoying. We are suffering. We are suffering. But anybody asks, how are you? We'll say, I am fine. But when there's a death, when we lose job, so many things are there. We keep suffering. But we are thinking we are enjoying. So even Prahlad Maharaj, he offered wonderful prayers to Lord Narasimhadeva. Naivodaja paradurtaya vaitarniya tadvirya gayana mahamarta magna chitta soche tato mukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukaya dharam udvudu vimudan. My dear Lord Narasimhadeva, I am not at all afraid of material existence. Why? Because I am always absorbed in your consciousness, chanting your glories, hearing your glories. Therefore, I am happy. So I don't care. I am not what is it? Afraid of the material existence because I am happy by chanting your names and hearing your glories. But when I look at these fools, Vimuda, who are trying to become happy, endeavoring, making different kinds of plan in order to become happy in terms of how wife, family, children, friends, community, society. They want to become happy by their endeavor in terms of family, society, community. When I look at them, I feel sorry for them. When I look at them, I feel sorry for them. I feel pity. I feel concern with love for them. Because they are mad people. They are trying to become happy in this metal world in terms of family. They cannot. Therefore, they are called Vimuda, not Muda. Muda means fool. Vimuda means special fool. Anyone who thinks that he can become happy in this world with his family members, community members, society, country, is a Vimuda. He cannot be happy in this material world. So, no one can be happy in this material world. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamupitya Punarjanma Dukkalayam Ashashvatam Napnuanti Mahapana Samsiddhim Paramam Gata. The great souls, those who are yogis, after attaining me, the yogis, those who are devoted to me, after attaining me, they never return to this world, temporary world, which is full of miseries. Because they have attained the highest perfection. Because they have attained the highest perfection. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, this world is full of suffering. How can we be happy when the Lord Himself says that you cannot be happy in this material world? It is a foolishness to think that I can become happy in this material world by my endeavor, by becoming a chief minister or a prime minister or becoming a CEO, or by getting a beautiful wife or having a good children, having a good job, having a good car. I can become happy. Anybody who thinks is called Vimuda, is a special fool. Because Krishna says, you can't be happy, sir. Krishna is the creator of the world. Ham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartati. He is the creator of this world. He says that you cannot be happy. Just like a manufacturer of a product says that this product is a defective product. The consumer accepts the product as a good. It's a fool. He's a fool. Because the manufacturer himself says this product has got defect. And the consumer should understand. So manufacturer says a defect, it should be defect. But if he says the consumer, no, it's very good, I can use it properly, it's a super duper fool. Krishna says not once, twice he says, Dukkalayam Ashashvatam, Anityam Asukam. In the 9th chapter, 8th chapter also said, 9th chapter also again reiterated this. Anityam Asukam. This is temporary, Asuka. You cannot find any happiness. So, if you take the word of Krishna, you can't be happy. You can't be happy in this material world. Once, Prabhupada was there in I think, Calcutta. One of the, not saintly, maybe one yogi Mata. She was like a yoga teacher and she had some followers and disciples. And she came to meet Prabhupada, to invite Prabhupada for some conference. So devotees, Prabhupada disciples took this Yogini Mata to Prabhupada and they wanted to invite Prabhupada for one conference called Yoga Conference, Yoga and Peace Conference. And they said our intention is to invite various teachers of the yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, different yoga teachers. So they come and share their experience with other leaders so that the world will become a better place to live. So she wanted to be a center of attraction. So she came and because she was being an organizer, she can bring all the leaders of different yogas like Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, all. So bring all the people so that she can be like a center of attraction as a leader, as an organizer. So they took the invitation. So the invitation is happiness, harmony through peace, happiness, harmony through Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, blah, blah, like that. And gave to Prabhupada. And the Yogini Mata said, so all of you should come and share your experience so that the world will become a better place to live when people understand that we are all united together and we share our experience. So all people can live in harmony, peacefully. happily. So our intention is to serve God and serve humanity. So Prabhupada took this one point, serve God. So very good. So what do you mean by God? So they have no idea of what is God. They have no idea of what is God. One of the disciples of Yogini Mata said, Hari Om. Another disciple said, God is like a big light full of effulgence. Somebody started saying, God loves all. They started giving hodgepodge philosophy. Not even one person said the proper definition of what is God. So Prabhupada was very unhappy. They have no knowledge about what is God. Then they want to serve God. So you want to serve God, you must know what is God. When you do not know what is God, how can you serve God? So Prabhupada started saying, if you take scent and put in the toilet, it does not become better place to live. Similarly, this material world is like nothing but a toilet. The performing this kind of gymnastic yoga, it cannot make a better place to live. So your way of approaching and your practice of yoga cannot make a better place to live. So they were shaken. They took like a slap on their face. They were agitated. So they could not speak anything and started saying, one person was very angry, upset, disturbed, and said, Arivo, and all of them left. So this material world is like a toilet. No gentleman prefers to remain in the toilet. As soon as his business is over, he wants to get out of the toilet. Put some center or put some TV doesn't mean that's a better place to live. Put some AC doesn't mean that's a better place to live. So one has to get out of this material world. So this material world has got different kinds of suffering. Everyone has to undergo threefold miseries. So this Bhagavata Purana uproots this threefold miseries. So what are threefold miseries? Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika. Adhyatmika means the miseries which are inflicted by our own body and mind. Just like we get fever, body pain, back pain, so many pains are there, disease is there, so much disease is there. It's called Adhyatmika. Adi Bhautika means miseries which are given by other living entity, like a neighbors, family members, neighboring country person, even mosquito. These are called Adi Bhautika. Adi Daivika, which are given by the demigods, like natural droughts or calamity, excessive rain, excessive heat, or earthquake. So everyone has to undergo threefold miseries. No one can escape. No one can escape from the threefold miseries. If one understand that is part and parcel of Krishna, is a spirit soul, is a part and parcel of Krishna, he can gain detachment from the body. It develops detachment from the body. If you want to understand that I'm eternal spirit soul, I'm part and parcel of Krishna, my only duty is to render service unto Krishna. If you understand, then you can develop detachment. When one develops detachment from the body, then the so-called happiness and distress connected to the body does not affect him. He is detached from the body. Because whatever happiness and distress what we undergo is connected to the body. But when one is detached from the body, is unaffected by these threefold miseries. The Bhagavata Dharma makes a person to develop detachment from the bodily concept. Therefore, it uproots threefold suffering. When we are excessively attached, naturally we feel suffering. For example, when we are attached to our children or known people, if they die, our heart breaks. Our heart breaks. We feel pain, so much pain, or something which is very connected to us, very valuable object, we lose, we feel pain. Suppose I purchase one car after working hard, some 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, something happens to the car, it affects me. Although I am not the car, something happened to the car, not to me, but I feel suffering. Why? Because I am attached to the car. So if anything happens to neighbor's car, will not get affected. Somebody dies in a neighboring country, we don't get affected. Why? Because we are not attached. So the soul, if it is detached from the body, because we are attached to this body too much, therefore we suffer. So when the soul is detached from the body, whatever happens to the body, soul does not suffer. It is said in the Bhagavatam, Yaya Samohito Jiva Atmanam Trigunatmanam Paropi Manutve Artham Tatkritam Chapi Patyade. The living entity is transcendental to three modes of material nature. But he thinks, although the living is transcendental to three modes of material nature, he thinks I'm the product of three modes of material nature. We think that I'm the body, that I am a man, I am a woman, I am a doctor, I am an engineer. Because we identify ourselves with the body, although the spirit soul is beyond this three modes of material nature, but we identify ourselves with the body. Therefore, we undergo suffering. Therefore, we undergo suffering. So, how to get detached from the body? We should develop detachment from the body. So that Maitreya says in the third canto, Savai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudeva Anukampaya Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Chirodate Shaneriha. He says the misconception of the self-identity that we are thinking the body should be diminished gradually. All of a sudden we cannot think, okay, today I understood I am the spirit soul, I am free from the body. No. It can be gradually diminished. How? By the mercy of Vasudeva. Through the process of Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavad Bhakti Yoga, not by Jnana Yoga, not by Karma Yoga. Only by the process of Bhakti Yoga, one can develop detachment from the body. That should be done in the detachment mode. Then Suta Goswami says again in the Bhagavatam, how to overcome this suffering. Anartho Pashamam Sakshat Bhakti Yogo Adokshajay. Lokasya Ajanato Vidvam Chakre Shashwata Samitam. The material miseries of the living entities are superfluous, actually unwanted, that can be mitigated. The miseries of the living entities can be mitigated. How? Through the process of Bhakti Yoga. Again, it is stated in the Bhagavatam. Through the process of Bhakti Yoga, the miseries can be vanquished. The common people, Lokasya Ajanato Vidvam. The common people in the world, they are not aware. By the process of devotional service, will diminish the suffering. When we come to the real nature, that when we understand that we are spirit soul, then suffering, we will not be affected by the suffering. So therefore, Vyasadeva compiled this Bhagavata Purana, which is a relationship with the Supreme Absolute Truth. So, next point. This Bhagavata Purana, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in its maturity, is sufficient itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? So, Bhagavata Purana is a personal commentation of Vedanta Sutra, where personal commentation on Vedanta Sutra by Vyasadeva. So, Vyasadeva compiled this Bhagavata Purana when he attained maturity in devotional service. So, although he compiled all the Vedas Upanishad, he was not happy, he was not satisfied, he was feeling dejected. So, when Narada Muni detected his mistake, he told, you think about the transcendental activities of the Lord and you write this. That will please you, please others. So, after hearing from Narada Muni, Vyasadeva compiled the lost work that's called Srimad Bhagavatam. So, this Bhagavatam is different from other Puranas because other Puranas recommend to worship different demigods. But the Bhagavatam recommends worship Lord Krishna Vasudeva. Worship Lord Krishna Vasudeva. So by worshipping Krishna, There's no need to worship demigods because Krishna is everything. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtam. If Krishna is satisfied, everyone's satisfied. There is no need to worship any demigods separately. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashaka. Prana tahara cha etendriyana tadaiva sarvaharanam achyutejya. As pouring water to the root, it energizes the trunk, branch, leaves, twigs, everything. As feeding to the stomach, feeding to stomach, it gives energy to all kinds of all parts, hands, legs, heads, everything. Similarly, by serving Krishna, Achyuta, everyone's satisfied. Because by satisfying Krishna, by serving Krishna, it satisfies demigods and everyone because they are part and parcel of Krishna, all the jivas. So, by serving Krishna, ultimately it satisfies demigods. Therefore, there is no need to worship another demigod. One may question, why did Vyasadeva compile many Puranas which recommend worship of different demigods? One may ask, says the Brahma Purana says Brahma is supreme, Devi Purana says Devi is supreme, Shiva Purana says Shiva is supreme. So different Purana says worship this god. Why did Vyasadeva compile all these things to confuse people? Is it right or wrong? Actually, when we see the world, varieties of people, with varieties of consciousness, with varieties of desires. So in order to fulfill, in order to accommodate all the people, the different Puranas, different instructions are given. Otherwise, it's difficult. It is said in English, different stroke for different folks. Not same stroke for different folks. Varieties of people are there, they require varieties of instruction. For example, in India, there are many colleges are there, top institutes are there, then next level like IASC, then Indian Institute of Technology, then NIT, then BITS Pilani. Like that we see there are many top institutes and many institutes, thousands and thousands of institutes are there. Thousands and thousands of institutes are there. Why? All of them are bona fide. All of them are approved by the government. Not that only top institutes are approved by the government, others are not approved by the government. No, all are acknowledged, approved by the government. Why? Why the different institutions are there? Thousands and thousands of institutions are there. So in order to accommodate all kinds of people. For example, only top institutes are there. Indian Institute of Science or Indian Institute of Technology. How many people they can accommodate? Hardly not even 0.5% or 0.1% of the total students. So what will happen to the rest of the students? What will happen? They'll become dacoits. If they don't go to any college, what will happen? They'll not get a job. Then they'll to loot. The society cannot function properly. Therefore, different varieties of institutions are there in order to accommodate all kinds of people according to their understanding. Of course, not that anyone can go to IIT, anyone can go to Indian Institute of Science. There is no bar, provided if one is qualified. So in order to accommodate different class of people, different sets of instructions are there. The Vedas or say religion, that there is religion. There are many religions are there. People ask why so many religions. The answer is to accommodate different kinds of people according to their understanding. They cannot understand, they cannot go beyond that. So therefore, Lord has given all kinds of instruction. Okay, you follow this, enjoy. Gradually get promoted. If there is no institution, there's no religion, then they'll become violent. They'll perform many sinful activities. Therefore, in order to stop them from committing sinful activities, different religions were created to accommodate different kinds of people according to their understanding. But one who has tasted this Bhagavata Purana, he will not be attracted to any other literature. Why? Because this highest is a nectar. This Bhagavata Purana is a nectar. No one will be attracted to any other literature. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is called Amala Purana, spotless Purana, which is distinguishes from all other Purana, this top class Purana. So, as soon as one attentively and submissively hears this Bhagavata Purana, by the culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So, one should receive this knowledge in a submissive mood, not in a challenging mood. One cannot sit in the Bhagavad class with a challenging mood. How it could be. We may have some knowledge materially, but we cannot try to use the knowledge to try to say that Bhagavatam is not correct. That I know better than this, what this fellow is talking. So one should not hear Bhagavatam with a challenging mood. One should be anxious to hear. One should be serious to hear. That is the first qualification. First qualification is to one should seriously, sincerely, eager to hear the message of Bhagavatam. By hearing that, one can develop, revive one's dormant love for Krishna. Generally, people, those who are less intelligent people, less fortunate people, they are not attracted to Bhagavatam. We go and ask them to come and hear Bhagavatam. They say, no, we have got so much work. We'll be sitting and watching TV, watching so many things, talk about so many things, hear so many things, but they are not ready to hear Bhagavatam. Why? They are less intelligent. Diamond has got, what is it, its highest value, very precious. A diamond has got very precious stone. But he will have a person who sells a diamond, he will have very less customers. Whereas a person who sells iron, he will have a lot of customers, large number of customers. This Bhagavata Purana is like a diamond. Bhagavata Purana is like a diamond. Will not have many customers to hear. Many customers get attracted to Bhagavata Purana. The diamond who can appreciate, only the person who knows, rich people, those who know the value of diamond, only they can appreciate the diamond. Common people, village people, they don't think about diamond. For them, what is available easily, they'll get attracted. So the person who is intelligent, who has got value, who knows the value of diamond, he'll appreciate. So therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Manishyanam sahasreshu kaschit yadidi siddhaye yatadamapi siddhanam kachinma veti tatvataha. It says, out of many thousand men, one may endeavor for perfection. Out of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. So to know Krishna is not ordinary thing. Therefore, we don't have many customers. Although our truth is the best, the topmost, Bhagavata Purana's highest truth, nevertheless people are not there to accept or to hear. So here Bhagavatam is like a nectar. So chanting and hearing the Bhagavatam is a very auspicious activity. When Chaitanya Prabhu was in Jagannath Puri, a king was there, Prataparudra. He wanted to meet Chaitanya Prabhu many times, he attempted, but Chaitanya Prabhu rejected because he's a king. He is a sannyasi. Sannyasi is not supposed to meet a king. And every time rejected. Many of Chaitanya Prabhu's associates came and proposed, like Ramananda Raya, Sarva Bhattacharya, all of them came and told Chaitanya Prabhu, see this Prataparudra is an exalted devotee, please meet him. Chaitanya Prabhu rejected. If you want, if again you come and ask me this, I leave this place. You be here. I don't want to meet king. So people were, after they stopped, but still devotees have got compassion, because Prataparudra is very serious in meeting the Lord. So devotees have got concern. Somehow we should make Prataparudra to meet the Lord. So at the time, Chaitanya Prabhu, after Ratha Yatra, he would go and take rest in Jagannatha Vallabha garden. He was resting there. At the time, the king gave up his royal opulence. He wore a Vaishnava dress. And before going to meet Chaitanya Prabhu, actually all the techniques, all the idea was given by the devotees like Nityananda Prabhu, Sarvam Bhattacharya, and Ramantaraya. They told Pratap when you should meet Lord. So they gave the idea just to give up the royal robes and accept the wear simple Vaishnava dress, dhoti and kurta, and go and meet. So he went. Chaitanya Prabhu was relaxing after dancing. Obviously, he was relaxing. So this Prataparudra went and started gently massaging the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu. So while he was massaging, he started singing or offering the prayers offered by gopis called Gopika Gita, Jaiti Tedikam Janmanavrata. So that Gopika Gita, Gopi Gita, so the Prataparudra was chanting the verses. As soon as Chaitanya Prabhu heard this verse, the prayers offered by the gopis to Krishna when Krishna disappeared during the Rasalila, they were searching for Krishna. So at that time they offered wonderful prayer. So when Chaitanya Prabhu heard this, he started telling, please go on, please go on. So he started offering the prayers. When he came to one prayer, which is very, very wonderful prayer, Tavakatamritam, Tapta Jivanam, Kavibiriditam, Kalmashabham, Shavanamangalam, Shemadatam, Bhuvi Burida Janaha. So when Prataparudra chanted this prayer, this verse, Chaitanya was excited. What is the meaning of the verse which is offered by gopis? Tava Katamartam Tapta Jivanam. Oh Krishna, your Kata, Tava Kata, your Kata, the activities of your Lordship is a life and soul for the people who are rotting in this world. Simply by hearing Krishna Katha, one can become free from Kalma Shapam, free from all sinful activity. And who explains Kavi? It is transmitted by the devotees. When devotees explains the pastimes of Lord, anyone who hears become free from all sinful reaction. And hearing this message of Krishna is most auspicious, Shavana Mangalam. And anyone who broadcasts this message is most munificent person. So when Chaitanya heard this, was so excited, started dancing, crying, simply embraced Prataparudra. And who are you, sir? All of a sudden you have come and started pouring nectar into my mouth. And who are you, sir? At that time he said, I am the servant of your Lordship. I simply desire to become servant of your Lordship. Please accept me. Chaitanya Prabhu, although he knew that is a Prataparudra, nevertheless, he did not, he acted as if he does not know. Then he exhibited his divine opulences to Prataparudra and told not to disclose. So Chaitanya Prabhu heard this. He was excited. He relished when he heard this Bhagavatam from Prataparudra. So the Bhagavatam is the highest truth. Simply by hearing the Bhagavata Purana, one can awaken one's dormant love for Krishna. This was personally exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Prabhu by his own example. By hearing Bhagavata Purana, one can awaken one's love for Krishna. This is the purport of this verse. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Thai Gaur Premanand. Thank you.